Hello and welcome. My name is Charmaine Champ and I'm a continence sleep and behaviour consultant. And today I'm going to be talking about, do you know your child's poo pattern? Poo. So poo is not always an easy subject to talk about. So often the families and schools that I support are often saying, we just can't talk about it. We can't talk about it with each other. We can't talk about it with our children. We really need to. So, why do we actually need to talk about poo? Well, poo can actually influence so much of what our children actually can do and what they actually do. So one of the things that we can sort of think about with poo is that, what influence does poo have on us and our children and our children's bodies? So poo can actually influence when and how our children toilet in the day, when and how our children actually sleep as well. So whether they actually sleep all the way through the night or whether they're actually waking up in the night or they actually can't even settle off to sleep. Poo can also influence about what sort of accidents can actually happen in the day and the night. So, and this can be not just poo accidents, but it can also be wee accidents as well. Poo can also influence how our children actually behave. So it can be that our children find it really difficult to concentrate and focus, and this can all be down to the poo. So we really need to think about how our children poo and, more importantly, what that actually looks like as well. So what's actually normal for poo? So it's normal to pass a poo either 3 times a day or 3 or 4 times a week. And we're aiming for a type 4 according to the Bristol stool chart. So what do we actually need to know about poo and the types of poo that there are? So I just mentioned that it's normal to pass a type 4 poo according to the Bristol stool chart. So the Bristol stool chart actually consists and shares 7 different types of poo. And this is sharing about the range of poos that can occur. So if you haven't seen the Bristol stool chart, then it'd be good to have a little look. So in one of my books that I've actually published, which is the Bowel and Bladder Assessment Pack, I actually go into a lot of detail sharing about assessments, monitoring charts, and so much more information, sort of step-by-step approaches of how to actually help children with their poo. I've also been able to include the Bristol stool chart within that, which have had permission to be able to use that within the book as well. So here are the 7 different types of poos that we really need to think about. And the poo that we're aiming for is our type 4 according to the Bristol stool chart. That's what we're looking at. So if you're not sure what your child is actually passing, and therefore we don't know what they're passing, we don't actually know how we can actually help our children. So one of the things we can do is to actually monitor what they're actually passing. It's not as scary as it might sound. So what we want to be looking at is to record for just sort of a minimum of 3 to 4 days. But ideally, we'd really like to get about 14 days of monitoring. Because as we said before, if a child is what's normal to pass a poo is either 3 times a day or 3 or 4 times a week. So we need to be doing that longer than that week to get a really clear picture of exactly what's happening. So how can we do that? One way is that we can use the monitoring charts, which are in the Bowel and Bladder Assessment Pack, and that's available on our website in the Clear Steps shop. Another way is to actually download our free download, which actually includes a monitoring chart there as well. And you'll be able to do that for that 3 to 4 days using that. In a more in-depth, we can use the actual Bowel and Bladder Assessment Pack to do that. So how can Clear Steps Consultancy help with poo? So there's lots of different support options available here at Clear Steps. And what we try to do is to make our approaches as individual as the children, families, schools and professionals that are looking for support. So we try to make them individual. So one of the things that can help and is a really good starting point, if you're looking at potty and toilet training and you're not sure what's going on with the poo, we can look at the potty and toilet training 3-stage approach. If you're looking for an interactive sort of live session to help with your child and family, then the live family support sessions are a great way to sort of start with looking at your child's toileting, with their poo, and so much more. So there's lots there that we can sort of help with. We can also we have available is the poo support, and this is a step-by-step approach with in-depth information as well as ongoing support to help you and your child every step of the way. And there's also achieving poo success, and this is for children that you're maybe passing a poo in a pull-up or a nappy or a diaper, or they're hiding to pass a poo. This is sort of a more in-depth approach where we can sort of look at a lot more in detail with that. So if you're sort of thinking, actually, I'm not sure which approach to use or where to actually start with my child and their poo, then why not head over to our website, which is www.clearstepsconsultancy.co.uk, and there you'll be able to press the Contact Us button and we can have a chat. We can talk about what the options are and which one would work best for you and your family. So feel free to contact us. That's not a problem at all. And more importantly, just to remember that help is available. So if you are having any difficulties with poo, or you're just not sure what to sort of make of, maybe you've completed the monitoring charts and you're just not sure what this actually means for your child, then feel free to contact us. That's what it's all about. The best place to start to helping your child is to know your child's poo pattern, and that's where we can start. Look forward to helping you more and speak to you soon. Okay, bye.